In this video, I will be showcasing data visualization and the dashboarding options in Kohezion. So let's start with data visualization. We have here an application with a list of orders in them, and each order adds some specific information. So let's take a look at the data first. We'll execute the safe search here. And as we can see, each order has a ship mode, a category, a profit amount. We have some pretty good categorization data in our data set here. Within Kohezion, you can see your same data universe with different views. So right now we're looking at the grid view, which can be customized, but we also have a calendar view. So let's take a look just for fun. The calendar view will show you all your records within a calendar based on a date. Right now we've selected the order date. So you see these are all the orders made based on the order date. If I hover over it, we can see some information about it, and you can actually click on that row and you'll see the details for that order. So that's for the calendar view. Now, what we want to see here is more visualization. So let's go to the pivot view. So Kohezion has a pivot view format that allows its users to really aggregate and visualize the data that they have. So with our orders here, we know we have 51 records, but we want to see, okay, how many records do I have per ship mode? So we just take the ship mode here and we drag it in the column. And right now it provides the count for all those orders, but per ship mode. Now we want to do some calculations. So how about we take the sum of the profits and do the same thing. So we drag it here. Now we have the sum of the profits per ship mode. And if we don't want to see the count of records, we can just remove it. This is not nicely formatted, so of course we can format those data points. So we can go here and format this as currency. So now that starts to make a little bit more sense, and we kind of see that we're not making that much money with some of the ship mode. So this can be done exponentially with any data fields that you have available in your application. It always works better with drop-down values or numeric values, of course, and you can also work with dates on this. The other thing that you can do with the pivot table is do charting and graphing. So let's say I want to see the same thing, but in a bar chart. So you can go here and select columns, and it will show you the same data, but in a chart. And you can also choose any type of chart. So let's go, we like to use the pie charts often. So let's go and select the pie chart that we have available and click on OK. So here you have it, the same data in a pie chart. And if you want to save that layout for next time, you just click on that little Save Pivot Setting button here, and that will actually save your settings for the next time you execute it. And once you're done, you can go back to the grid view. This allows you to really work with the data first in the grid and so on, but when it's time to get some metrics on your data, you can just go to the pivot view and see it very quickly. A lot of people, mostly in management, would like to use dashboards. So Kohezion does offer a nice dashboard module. So, and we'll create our first dashboard here. So we just click here on the dashboard. Currently, we don't have any dashboards in our account. So let's first create a dashboard. Let's call it first dashboard. And dashboard can be shared amongst users. So the person creating the dashboard will be the administrator of that dashboard, but they can share it with other users. So let's make this a shared dashboard, and I will share it with this user, but it could be a whole slew of users or a group of users. Now that we have a dashboard, we can add widgets to it. So let's create our first widgets. So we'll use a search widget and base it on the pivot table that we just selected. So by default, I want this widget to be shown in pivot mode. And I'll just click on finish here. And Kohezion will create the widget and set it up in the dashboard. There you go, here it is. We'll make it a little bit smaller like that. and make sure it all looks good. So these dashboards are editable at any point in time. Let's say I want to show that same data, but in a grid. So now I can add a new widget with the same data, but this time we'll do it as a grid. I'll just click on finish here. So there you have it. We have the grid. We can keep it as is, or we can make it a bit smaller and move it side by side. So in that fashion, you can create your dashboard with as many widgets as you want, and you can create as many dashboards as you want, and you can share them with other users. We have other widgets for reminders. So if you take advantage of our reminder options, or project changes, which will show you all the changes made to the data for a certain date range. So this is how easy it is to create your dashboard and share them with other members of your team. And as I said, those dashboard widgets are dynamic. So if you want to go to that record, you can just double click on it and the record will actually pop up. So to recap, so with Kohezion in the workspace, you can do some visualization with our pivot view. And you can take advantage of the pivot view and create some very advanced, complex dashboard widgets that you can share with other users. So thank you very much and have a great day.